guys, because I'm doing less videos a week and I'm going to start doing a schedule, I thought I'd add one more series. The series that I've seen people do, I've seen 2 YouTubers do it, but I'm taking this a bit different. We're in 2001, it's May, and I've opened up DNA as Jeff Jarrett. I am playing as Jeff, who is not assigned at the moment. He's not available for legal reasons for 4 months or 1 week. But TNA Wrestling has opened but he will debut in his company in 4 weeks. But he's going to be on the sidelines cheering on his roster. I have hired a great roster, and we're going to have a look at that now. Be aware that a lot of the wrestlers on this roster have been released from their contracts of other promotions, heading into hiring them. In the main event scene, we have Brother Ray, Christian Cage, Curt Hennig, Edge, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Scott Hall, and William Regal. In the upper mid-card scene, we have Brother Devon, Dustin Rhodes, Jerry Lynn, Monty Brown, Rob Van Dam, Ron Killings, Sabu, and Sean Waltman. We'll hopefully get the tag teams put into the upper mid-card and some of those single wrestlers up into the main event scene. In the next scene, we have AJ Styles, Brian Kendrick, Brock Lesnar, Bryan Danielson, Chris Hero, CM Punk, John Cena, Kevin Steen, Kid Cash, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Shark Boy, and Sonny Siaki, who was a main player for the NWA TNA in their early years. We have Bobby Roode, Chris Harris, James Storm, Matt Sydal, Sterling James Keenan, and the Zebra Kid as lower mid-carders in this company. I don't think we have any... Oh, Amazing Red, Austin Aries, Nigel McGuinness, and Sonjay Dutt are your openers. Have we got any Richmonds? Paul London, PJ Black, and Roderick Strong are your Richmond talent. Don't worry, guys, this will all begin very soon. We've got no women's and any occasional wrestlers? New occasional wrestlers. Awesome. We've got no managers at the moment. That's fine. And I don't think... our announcer is Mike Tenay. Our colour commentator is Jerry Lawler, who isn't doing a lot at the moment. We haven't hired any referees, which I need to do very quickly. Authority figures, we've got no authority figure. I will probably have to... We've got Ricky Steamboat as our road agent. And we've got no personalities. I am a member of the NWA, so I might bring in some NWA referees for Sacrifice in 2 days' time. Just quickly, until I can hire some, because I forgot that. But yeah, we've got no storylines going on at the moment. We've got the World Heavyweight title, the World Tag Team titles, and the X Division title. And I can confirm that at the pay-per-view, there's going to be 4 matches, 4-way matches for the belts. So, at Sacrifice in 2 days' time, we're going to be having a... Really? I think that's because of the size of company we are, we can't do that. Yeah, it'll let us do it there. So we're going to do that match. We'll do that. Which will see the... Oh, God. I don't need to do that, thank you. Can we just have everyone? Thank you. America's Most Wanted. The Dudley Boys. The Hardy Boys. And the Suicide Blondes. All battling out inside a ladder match for the gold. Our X Division match will be a... we're not doing that just yet, but it will be a 6-way elimination match. Featuring some top talent, including Paul London, PJ Black. I've got to make sure I'm doing this heel face. Amazing Red. Well, Austin Aries. Amazing Red. Sonjay Dutt. And of course... Mr. Midcarder himself, AJ Styles. That is your X Division title match. In the main event scene, we'll be doing a humongous fatal 4-way elimination ladder match, I think. Should we do a ladder match? Is that 5? That's a 5-way. Overhead, nope. Ladder match, thank you. And that match will feature Curt Hennig, Scott Hall, William Regal, and, oh no, hold on. I'm not going to put Curt Hennig in this match, but Curt Hennig will do some counts. Scott Hall, I do this so differently to how I'm doing it right now, because I'm messing this up. William Regal, Scott Hall, and then it was going to be heel Sean Waltman. So that's your main event scene. The rest of the card will be made around all of the wrestlers who are not on wrestling yet, but I'll confirm Curt Hennig's match, because I have got a match for Curt Hennig, as he takes on none other than Jerry Lynn. The reason he's not in the X Division match is because the X Division is not a division. It's just some of the best high flyers. So yeah, that's Sacrifice. The product is standing is the same as what we used already. Just edited a bit. Just with medium Daredevil and all that. But wrestlers are rated equally on performance and on popularity. I'm going to do matches should be scripted just to save time. But once Jeff Jarrett comes in, the company will change a lot. But we'll have a look at our things. So our financial players are Scott Hall, Edge, Curt Hennig, William Reed, Christian Cage. Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, and Randy Orton are our next big things. Hot prospects are Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, John Cena, Kevin Steen, and Brock Lesnar. The talk of Scott Hall, Jerry Lawler, William Regal, Edge, and Rob Van Dam. Showstoppers are Scott Hall, Jeff Hardy, Rob Van Dam, Sean Waltman, and Christian Cage. Ring Generals of William Regal, Scott Hall, Curt Hennig, Jerry Lynn, and Christian Cage. No one's hot, no one's not. No one's got time decline at the moment, which is good. And this is a year earlier than what it came out before. So these are some people that they have said we should hire, and I am definitely going to be hiring one of these people because I forgot to do so. Definitely bringing in Chris Dangers. I forgot to bring him in. So Chris Dangers is coming in. None of those guys are coming in, but I will tell you who else is coming in who I haven't signed yet, but he will be coming in. I think he's under his actual original wrestling name. If not, I don't know what he's under. Okay, I'll find him later. Because he's not on here under that either. I'll find him in a bit, but yes, there will be a wrestler coming in very soon, and that is Father James Mitchell. James Mitchell will be coming and working for us at the second show, but not now. So will Jeremy Bulrush be our backstage interviewer, because that's what he does. I hope that you guys are going to enjoy this series as much as I'm going to enjoy booking this. This is just a nice another series to give me some different style of booking and different chance to do some different stuff. So hopefully that gives you a nice introduction of the save. Basically, World Wrestling Federation released those wrestlers. Scott Hall was released from New Japan. So I quickly picked him up. As you can see, they still got the WCW belts here. So we'll be... and the WWF belts. So you got Rhino in there and stuff like that. Steve Austin, Triple H, Tag Team Champions. I'm not going to have fixed belts on, but we are a member of... Even though we've got our own belts, we are a member of the NWA. So we will... There you go, I'll sort that problem out if they have too many. We are a member of the NWA, so at the moment, according to the alliance we are a member of, we have got Peter Collins as your national heavyweight. North American is Robbie Royce. World Heavyweight is Steve Corino. Aaron Idol is your NWA World Junior Heavyweight. Tag Team Champions are vacant. And World Women's is Klondike Kate, who is, I do believe, is British. So there you go, she was a British wrestler. So that's the NWA as it stands at the moment. I will see you at Sacrifice in 2 days, when hopefully we'll have a referee or something sorted. This is just a quick rundown of the roster and everyone who's going to be working for us. I'll see you on the other side. Hey guys, welcome back. This is our first ever TNA live event. It is Sacrifice on pay-per-view. I'm having a couple of problems with BT at the moment. But in about so this is an NWA title match. It's our first match of the night. We're sold out at the University of Memphis in Memphis, Tennessee. And I think we've got a good card going. We're in above at subpar wrestling and little heat. Sabu who Peter Collins in 15:02 by pinfall the triple jump moonsault. Sabu wins the NWA in National Championship. Thank you for that, BT. Sabu's David's extremist gimmicks got initial rating very good. Peter Collins was visibly tiring towards the end. Sabu came out of this match looking good. Sabu 59, Peter Collins 14. No working with. I knew Peter Collins wouldn't be a very good champion. So first thing we're going to do is take the belt off him, and my internet still hasn't been reconnected yet. I've paid my bill fully. Oh, they better reconnect me by tomorrow. When they meant to be calling me up at 2, otherwise there's going to be some problems. So in above had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, AJ Styles defeated PJ Black, Austin Aries, Mason Red, when Sanjay Dutt and Paul London 11:56. The order elimination was Sanjay Dutt, then PJ, then Paul London, then Amazing Red, and finally Austin Aries. AJ is your TNA X Division champion. He has a 47D in terms of AJ Styles, the best head and shoulders above everyone else. Paul London's debut is Prima Donna against Scottish rating of average. PJ Black old school heel against Scottish rating of above average. PJ Black seemed off his game. Austin Aries has debuted his Evolution gimmick, Scottish rating of awful. Amazing Red has debuted his old school face gimmick, Scottish rating very good. Sanjay Dutt debuted his foreigner gimmick, Scottish rating of above average. AJ Styles debuted his Teen Idol gimmick, Scottish rating very good. AJ Styles way off his game. AJ's getting better at his gimmick. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry calling matches together. Paul London 49, PJ Black 27, Austin Aries 28, Amazing Red 33, Sanjay Dutt 31, AJ Styles already up there with a 60. Austin Aries improving in flying, Austin Aries in performance, Paul London technical, Sanjay Dutt in flying, and Sanjay Dutt in performance. Not a bad match, to be honest. AJ Styles, seeing WCW go down like that was awful. But it was going to happen. Now tonight, we begin a new chapter. This is TNA, and I am the TNA X Division champion. And Jerry Lynn comes out and he goes, AJ, you think you're so good. I've got lots more experience and time under my belt in this ring. You see, this is the first TNA show, and 2,000 idiots turn up to see Scott Hall and you. But next month, I'll challenge you to put that belt on the line against me. So yeah, next month it will be Styles versus Lynn. But we might hear more from Jerry Lynn on our weekly television show, which is going to be on the South East Networks, we can get a contract with. But we'll hear more from them later on down the road, hopefully. In a good match, Dustin Rhodes defeated Steve Corino in 1935 by pinfall with a bulldog. Dustin Rhodes is your NWA World Champion. Dustin debuted his weirdo gimmick, got showing very good. Dustin was really off his game. Dustin Rhodes 57, Steve Corino is 61. Dustin Rhodes improving in performance. A 59C, our first C-rated match. That's good. But this got another good rating as well, a 56C minus in a decent match. Brock Lesnar defeated Kid Cash in 12:22 by pinfall. The overhead belly to belly. Kid Cash debuted his degenerate gimmick, got showing above average. Brock Lesnar monster gimmick, got showing above average. Kid Cash and Brock Lesnar have pretty good chemistry. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry given corner matches. Kid Cash has got a 57. Brock Lesnar 53. Lesnar improving in performance. A 56C minus, not bad at all. I forgot to change Brock Lesnar's, but I have done John Cena's and Randy Orton's pictures and changed them. But their first match gets a 36D minus in about had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Randy Orton defeated John Cena in 12:51 by pinfall the Ozone. John Cena old school face gimmick, it's going to show above average. Second generation star gimmick for Randy Orton, it's going to show above average. John Cena 31, Randy Orton 38, no work improvements. But not a bad match, to be honest. Two great stars in the making. I think a lot of these people are going to be stars in the making. In above had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Bobby Roode, Brian Kendrick, Chris Hero and CM Punk defeated the Zebra Kid, Sterling James Keenan, aka Corey Graves, Nigel McGuinness and Roderick Strong in 14:51 when Bobby Roode defeated Roderick Strong by pinfall the Rude Awakening. In terms of ring work, Brian Kendrick was head and shoulders above everyone else, a 37D minus. The Zebra Kid has debuted his fun fave face gimmick. If you don't know who the Zebra Kid is, it's Rory Knight from England. It's got a rating of average. Sterling James Keenan has debuted his old school face gimmick. It's got a rating of average. Nigel McGuinness old school face, initial rating of great. Roderick Strong on Young Line, it's got a rating of great. Bobby Roode obnoxious, it's got a rating of great. Brian Kendrick cocky youth gimmick, it's got a rating of great. Chris Hero debuted his cocky youth gimmick. It's got a rating of average. And I have just activated Siri. Don't know what's going on with my phone at the moment. There we go. CM Punk straight edge gimmick, Scottish Reign below average. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have great chemistry calling matches. Roger Strong 28, Nigel McGuinness 33, Sterling James Keenan 23, Zebra Kid 18, CM Punk 39, Hero 31, Brian Kendrick 50, Bobby Roode 30. No work improvements, but a 37D minus. Not a bad match at all. So Zebra Kid was drunk, which is not good. I'll have to deal with that tomorrow. In above, I had decent wrestling, but little heat. Brian Danielson defeated Sonny Siaki in 14:52 by pinfall to cattle mutilation, a 49D plus. Sonny Siaki debuts his cocky youth gimmick, got a straight of average. Brian Danielson debuts his wrestling machine gimmick, got initial rating of average. Sonny Siaki 48, Brian Danielson 50. No work appearance, but 49D plus. Not a bad match from those two, I have to say. And we get a B rating for this, a 78B for our tag team match. In above, I had great... Sorry about this, guys. I'm trying to use my notes. In above, I had great wrestling and good heat. The Hardy Boys defeated America's Most Wanted Dudley Boys and the Suicide Blondes in 15:25 when Jeff Hardy retrieved the item. The Hardy Boys are the TNA World Tag Team Champions. They are meant to be the NWA Tag Team Champions as well, but I thought to put those belts on the line, so we'll just leave them out. James Storm's debut is Cowboy gimmick, got shown very good. Chris Harris Badass gimmick, got shown above average. Brother Devon Extremist gimmick, got shown above average. Brother Ray debuts Extremist gimmick, got shown above average. Jeff Hardy Thrill Seeker gimmick, got shown very good. Matt Hardy Thrill Seeker above average. Hardy's getting better his gimmick. Edge's debut is Ego Maniac gimmick's got shown great. Christian Cage Prima Donna gimmick's got shown awful. Brother Ray and Devon showed extra chemistry, so did the Hardys, so did Edge and Christian. There are times when there's definite lack of psychology on display and tendency to drift. Joey Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry. The performance of Jeff Hardy stood out being good. Chris Harris 32, Storm 30, Brother Ray 80, Brother Devon 73, Matt Hardy 73, Jeff Hardy 95, Christian Cage 75 and Edge 88. Brother Devon improving in performance and Harris in Rumble. A 78B, I am not comparing with that. In a decent match, Ron Killings defeated Monty Brown in 8-10 by pinfall. Truth Consequences of 50D plus. Monty Brown debuted his former American footballer gimmick, got rating of average. Monty Brown has seemed off his game. Ron Killings rapper gimmick, got rating great. Jerry Lawler might know, of course. Monty Brown 47, Ron Killings 50. No worker improvements. But a 50D plus from that match. In above, I had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Matt Sydal defeated Kevin Steen in 14:07 by pinfall. Matt Sydal, Davis Young Lion gimmicks got showing of average. Kevin Steen badass gimmicks got showing very good. Kevin Steen's getting better his gimmick. Matt Sydal 42, Steen 34. No working rooms, but a 39D. In above, I had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Samoa Joe defeated Shark Boy in 10:21 by pinfall the Avalanche Island Driver. Shark Boy debuted his fun babyface gimmicks, got showing of average. Samoa Joe debuted his Fug gimmicks, got showing above average. Shark Boy 37, Samoa Joe 44. Shark Boy improving in performance, a 41D. And above, I had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Curt Hennig defeated Jerry Lynn in 1939 by pinfall the Henningplex following interference from AJ Styles. Jerry Lynn seemed off his game. Curt Hennig David Olsco's face gimmicks got showing of average. Jerry Lynn 63, Curt Hennig 77. The X Division storylines for that segment gained heat. Curt Hennig improving in performance. And our main event gets a 66C+. In above, I had fantastic heat and great wrestling. William Regal defeated Rob Van Dam, Scott Hall and Sean Waltman in 1948. When William Regal retrieved the item, he is now your TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Rob Van Dam debuted his Dude gimmicks, got a showing of average. William Regal High Society has got a showing of great. Scott Hall Badass gimmicks, got a showing of average. Sean Waltman Degenerate gimmicks, got a showing of above average. Joey Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry in calling matches. Rob Van Dam 65. Regal 76, Scott Hall 76, Sean Waltman 65. So Regal and Scott Hall could be some good matches there, which is great. And Scott Hall improving in Rumble. So we've got two guys being wasted on drugs and being drunk, which is affecting their performance. So we're going to have to deal with that, which is going to be good fun. So we increased our popularity in one region of 63C. Paul Lund slightly overused, and so was PJ Black. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be giving it to anyone, but it will be going to Jeff Hardy. It will be going to Matt Hardy, and I'm going to give it to Devon as well. Praise for great performance, praise for great performance, praise for great performance, and I'll see you guys very soon with the next edition of TNA Wrestling, whether it be our next event, which is going to be very soon. Thank you for watching, guys, for the first event. We'll see you again very, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the first ever hour edition of TNA Impact on the final week of May in 2001. And in a terrible post-show match, Austin Aries defeated the Zebra Kid in 7:48 by the Brainbuster. Austin Aries ran off his game, but the Zebra Kid and Austin Aries have great chemistry in it, and it showed in their performance. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have good chemistry in cooling matches. The announced quality lift to match the colour commentary match and boost. Zebra Kid 25, Austin Aries a 28. Zebra Kid improving in performance at 28E. Not a bad start to the night. In a pre-show bout, we had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Bobby Roode defeated Roderick Strong in 7:39 by pinfall. The Roode Cutter, 37D-, and Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry. Announced quality and the colour conjugate match and boost. Roderick Strong 34, Bobby Roode 36. No worker improvements. In the pre-show bout, we had decent wrestling but little heat. Paul London, Kevin Steen and Sonny Siaki defeated Matt Sydal, Amazing Red and Nigel McGuinness in 7:09 when Sonny Siaki defeated Nigel McGuinness by pinfall. Amazing Red was really off his game. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have great chemistry, have good chemistry in calling matches. Announced quality in the colour conjugate match boost. Nigel McGuinness 42, Amazing Red 57, Matt Sydal 50, Sonny Siaki 43, Kevin Steen 34, Paul London 55, Kevin Steen in performance and Nigel McGuinness in performance. Not a bad match at all. In a pre-show bout, I've had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Kid Cash defeated the debuting Christopher Daniels by pinfall. The Dead Level. Chris Daniels debuted his Preacher gimmick. It's going to train very good. Kid Cash 52, Daniels 54. No work limits. A 53C-. In a terrible pre-show match, Sanjay Dutt defeats Sterling James Kieran in 8:01 by pinfall. The He-Do Press. Announced quality in the colour conjugate match boost. Sterling James Kieran 28, Sanjay Dutt 33. No work improvements. And another 33 plus. In a pre-show bout, had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. PJ Black defeated Chase Stevens, who was here on a one-night deal in 7:59 by pinfall. Flying Head Scissors. PJ Black's getting better. His gimmick, announced quality and the colour conjugate the match boost. Chase Stevens 24, PJ Black 36. Chase Stevens improving in performance. Not really interested. He's only here for one night. And we open up our first ever edition of TNA Impact with this humongous match. We are sold out tonight at the TNA Impact Zone because the Asylum Arena isn't on here, on the save for some reason. But in a bout of decent wrestling without much heat, John Cena, Sharp Boy, Rob Van Dam and Dustin Rhodes defeated Brian Kendrick, Chris Harris, CM Punk and Samoa Joe in 8:20 when John Cena defeated CM Punk by pinfall. The Spin Out Power Bomber 50D+. Announced quality different match. Dustin Rhodes 60, Rob Van Dam 61, Sharp Boy 35, John Cena 28, Samoa Joe 43, CM Punk 40, Chris Hero 33 and Brian Kendrick 51. Sharp Boy improving and flying. Not a bad match. We see. Well, I haven't decided what the pay-per-view is going to be next month, but I'll tell you this now: that we'll pretend the company was started in June, and we'll say that the anniversary is June every year, so we can do Slammiversary when it happens. The Bound for Glory will be in October, but next month's pay-per-view hasn't been decided yet because I forgot to do it, so I'll sort that out for next week's TV. But Regal comes down to the ring and he goes, "Last night, I won this. I'm the first TNA champion. You see, I've been in WCW and WWF. I am home here in TNA. You see, I came here for competition, but I came out a champion. I have gained this championship for the UK fans and not for you losers here tonight on Impact. Vince, take note. This company's coming for you, so be ready." And Scott Hall music hit to the excitement of the fans because they're really booing William Regal. They've had enough of him. And Scott Hall comes out and goes, "Hey yo, you think you got it, do you, Chico?" You see a former member of the NWO and WWF champion. You see into it's our first monthly pay-per-view, because we've got a pay-per-view deal now, unlike last night. I'm going to fight you in the main event, so be ready for a huge fight. We're going to announce the title match on that next week. But in a decent match, the Dudley Boys defeated America's Most Wanted in 6:28 when Brother Devon defeated Chris Harris by pinfall. The Dudley Death Dropper 63C. Performance of Brother Ray and Brother Devon showed its crews to team together. The performance of Brother Ray stood out as being good. Brother Ray 79, Brother Devon 77, Chris Harris 33, James Storm 33. Storm improving in performance. The TNA World Tag storyline has advanced the segment but lost heat. In an extremely short match, Brock Lesnar defeated Ron Killings at 3:45 by pinfall the overhead to belly. The announced quality lifted the match. Ron Killings 50, Brock Lesnar 57, no work improvements at 49D. So WWF did not want us, so we came here to fight as tag team champions. And that goes to tonight's main event. The Suicide Blondes will get another shot. So we'll get another shot at our championships. They better be ready. So yeah, Matt and Hardy. Excitement of fans. Jeremy Bosch, of course, we've hired him. He's the backstage interviewer. Jeremy Bosch, David Sportscaster, going to show above average. TNA Tag Storylines advanced for the segment and gained heat at 70C+. That'll be our main event of the night. And above had great wrestling and a decent match of the crowd. Jerry Lynn and Shane Waltman defeated Bryan Danielson and our X Division champion AJ Styles when Jerry Lynn defeated AJ Styles by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage. Danielson was the weakness to keep up his performance at 63C. AJ Styles 65, Danielson 55, Shane Waltman 69, Jerry Lynn 70. No work improvements, but the X Division storylines advanced for this segment and gained heat. In above had great wrestling and good heat. Sabu, Scott Hall and Curt Hennig defeated William Regal, Monty Brown and Randy Orton in 7:29 when Scott Hall defeated Randy Orton by pinfall of Razor Hedge. Scott Hall was really off his game with 68C+. Curt Hennig 83, Scott Hall 80, Sabu 60, Randy Orton 46, Monty Brown 50, William Regal 75. Sabu improving in performance. A 59C for the hype package. And our main event guest is a 73B minus. In an exceptional match, the Hardy Boys defeated the Suicide Blondes in 14:31 when Jeff Hardy defeated Edge by pinfall the Omega Effect by the pinfall the Omega event. The Hardy Boys make defense number one of their TNA tag team titles. Edge and Christian Cage have showed extra chemistry together, so did the Hardys. The match had very little drama flows. So neither of these teams have got good psychology, but I'm complaining. Cage 75, Edge 95, Matt Hardy 75, Jeff Hardy 95. And we end the show tonight with the Dudley Boys coming down the ring and attacking the Hardys. And we end the show tonight with a 70C+. It increases our popularity in one region. I'll see you guys next week for Impact and the first announcement of our next pay-per-view. Thank you all for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's our next edition of Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling. Beginning in 2001, we're on week 2 of June. And in a pre-show bout, I've had subpar wrestling a little heat. Christopher Daniels defeats Jimmy Jacobs in 8:15 by pinfall the Angel Rings. Excuse me, I've got a problem with my throat. Jimmy Jacobs debuted his golf gimmick, got an initial rate below average, and that's quality in the colour conjugate match boost. Daniels 55, Jacobs 24, no work appearance, a 45D pre-show match. We're sold out tonight once again at the University of Memphis, where we were for our first ever event. In a pre-show bout, I've had decent wrestling with a little heat. Randy Orton, Samoa Joe and Sonny Siaki defeat Bryan Danielson, Sterling, James Kean and Matt Sydal in 6:39 when Samoa Joe defeats Sterling James Kean by pinfall with the Avalanche Island Driver. Sterling James Keenan was the weak link during the Q1's performance. Brian Sons getting base gimmick. Sterling James Keenan is really off his game. Now's quality and the colour conjugate boost. Sydal 49, Sterling James Keenan 25, Danielson 53, Sonny Siaki 44, Samoa Joe 48, and Randy Orton 45. Sonny Siaki improving in Rumble and Sterling James in performance. A 48D, not a bad match at all. In a decent pre-show match, Shane Waltman defeated John Cena in 8:08 by pinfall the Tombstone. John Cena seemed off his game. John Cena 30, Sean Waltman 67. John Cena improving in technical and in performance of 54 C-, not a bad match at all. In a pre-show battle, had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. CM Punk and Kevin Steen defeated Kid Cash and Ron Killings in 7:37 when CM Punk defeated Kid Cash by pinfall. Kevin Steen was winning because struggling to keep up with a nice performance. Kid Cash getting better. Kid Cash and Ron Killings showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Ron Killings 55, Kid Cash 58, Kevin Steen 35, CM Punk 45. Ron Killings improving in performance. Kevin Steen in performance of 51D+. I'm not complaining about that pre-show match. In the pre-show match, I've had subpar wrestling and little heat. Shark Boy defeated Chris Hero in X Division match. That's what I'm going to say it was. By pinfall with a deep sea drop. Shark Boy was way off his game. The announced quality in the colour conjugate match of boost. Chris Hero 38, Shark Boy 34. No working points, 37D-. I'm going to open up with an 83B+, and it's Scott Hall and William Regal. And Hall comes out and he goes, "Hey yo, so in 2 weeks' time this company begins properly at Slammiversary. You see, there was no TV tapings last week as we moved to Monday nights to compete with Vince. You see, I could go out to New Japan again, but no. I walked to come here. You see, I don't want to be NWA champion, I want to be TNA champion. I want to take that belt off the UK idiot. You see, yes, some of our guys are going on tour in Europe, including William Regal, but in 3 weeks to Slammiversary, I'll walk out for champion before Regal's reign can begin." And then Regal comes out and he doesn't have as much to say about the matter as Scott Hall does, but he goes, "So before my reign can begin, you're going to take this belt off me? Okay, Scott, I understand where you come from, but you're not taking my gold or my glory. You see, I'm going to help this company grow. And you see, there's so much going on. You see, tonight I'll be defending this championship against a surprise opponent. When I take them down, I'll take you down. See you at Slammiversary." So there we go, my friends. At Slammiversary, it's going to be Scott Hall taking on William Regal for that championship. It's going to be the main event of the night. That's our first big championship main event. An 83B+. I am not complaining about that at all in the slightest. So in our opener match is an X Division match, and it gets a 48D+, better than I thought these two would get. But in a battle, I've had decent wrestling, but little heat. Paul London defeated PJ Black in 8:27 by pinfall the London Calling. Paul London's getting better at his gimmick, the announced quality and the colour conjugate match boost. Black 34, London 54. By the way, we are now a half an hour show, which is what I forgot you could do because we're regional size in the game. So in a terrible match, Americans Most Wanted defeated Chase Stevens and Renee Leap when Chris Harris defeated Renee Leap by pinfall the Chaotica. It was just a random match. These guys were brought in for one night. Jerry Lawler and TNA are pretty good, and that's quality and the colour conjugate boost. These two were shit. Chris Harris 33, James Storm 32. Chris Harris improving in technical. I'm not interested in the other guy. With 29E, if you don't know who that is Adam Rose. There you go, the Rosebud. The Hardy Boys defeated Dudley Boy. There's a massive brawl between the tag teams in the back. I was really upset when Adam Rose got released because I liked Adam Rose. In a decent match, Brock Lesnar is really improving quicker than Randy Orton, Cena and all the others. And he defeats Sabu here tonight in 7:31 by pinfall. They've had belly to belly. And he has won the National Heavyweight title off Sabu before he even gets a defence in. Brock Lesnar 52, Sabu 58, no work or improvements, a 56C-. And then we see James Mitchell in the back with this mysterious man. Of course, we know him as Abyss nowadays, but, you know, in that day he wasn't known. It gets a 53C-. He goes, "I am the father, James Mitchell, and this is my man, the monster Abyss. He will destroy anyone in his path, and there will be blood. Be ready, as he's coming for you." So in James Mitchell debuted his cult gimmick. It's gone a shrine of awful. Abyss has debuted his badass gimmick. It's gone a shrine of very good. No work, but it's a 53C-. I'm not complaining about that. And then in a superb match, the Suicide Blondes defeat the Nasty Boys, who are here on a one-night deal. In 8:03 when Edge defeat Jerry Sags by pinfall the leaping DDT. In terms of ring work, Edge was head and shoulders over everyone else. Jerry Sags and Brian Knobbs showed excellent chemistry teaming together. So did Edge and Christian. Edge looked excellent out there. Brian Knobbs 50, Jerry Sags 50, Christian Cage 73, Edge a 94. Brian Knobbs improving in Rumble and Techno. Don't expect this tag team to be around much longer. The Suicide Blondes are going to be split up to singles competition because I'm going to be bringing in a heel tag team for the Americans Most Wanted to feud with from England, and I've got some So I'm going to bring in some people from England to make teams up of, just so we can have a better tag team division. And I don't really think Edge deserves to be in a tag team, personally. And then what the hell? Chris Jericho and Raven are here. 72B minus from these guys. I don't care if I was meant to be surprised for tonight's main event. You see, last week I walked out of the WWF because I was not happy. As soon as I did, this company, TNA, rings me and asks if I want to join this war to kill WWF. I had no clue what this company was, who it was. But I looked it up and the fans are crazy about it. You see, Impact is Y2J and this is now the Chris Jericho show. Then a spotlight goes into the crowd and we see Raven standing there and he goes, Jericho, you see, you walked. I got fired on that same day. You see, I've never been there so many times. You see, I've been there so many times. And you see, you stand here. You see, as I stand here in this crowd, and I look at you, I see a great fight. You see, in 3 weeks, it's Slammiversary. It's Chris Jericho. Raven versus Chris Jericho. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And Chris goes, I will not quote the Raven, but you can bet that will happen. So Chris Jericho debuts fan favourite gimmick. It's got an initial rating of average. Chris Jericho is getting better with his gimmick. Raven debuted mysterious gimmick. It's got an initial rating of average. So, you know, if you're watching Monday Night Raw and then these two are, you know, advertised for Raw and they turn up on TNA, it's a bit like the Attitude Era stuff. But yeah, that's what I was hiding. Or trying to hide, I think you might have noticed. But yeah, I wasn't going to have Chris Jericho debut come out in the main event as a surprise. You know, he's going to, you know, air his grievances in the middle of that ring and go, look, you know, I walked out, Raven got, you know, he just basically, I don't know what the problem was, but he was unhappy and it said Chris Jericho walked. So I went higher and he signed and then Raven got fired the day after. So, there's a match. In an extreme short match, Abyss defeated Nigel McGuinness in 303 by pinfall chokeslam at 51D+. Nigel McGuinness getting better his gimmick from James Mitchell did good work at ringside. Nigel 42, Abyss 46, no work or improvements. We will move nicely on. In above had Subpar Wrestling, a little heat, the Zebra Kid, Roderick Strong and Amazing Red defeated Austin Aries, Bobby Roode and Sanjay Dutt in 6:48 when Roderick Strong defeated Sanjay Dutt by pinfall the CX02. Nice quality in the colour conjugate match boost. Amazing Red 46, Roderick Strong 38. Zebra Kid the worst in the match at 24, Sanjay Dutt 40, Bobby Roode 38 and Austin Aries 31. Roode improving in performance, Dutt in performance and Roderick Strong in performance. So that's 3, 1, 2 and 3 improving. A 40D minus. Not bad. And then we see Jerry Bush in the back with Jerry Lynn and he goes, I stand here with Jerry Lynn. What's on your mind? AJ, last week I showed you you're nothing but a loser. When I beat you in that tag match, you see these fans might like you, sure. But I am the X Division hero. I was doing what these X Division stars were doing before it was cool. These fans cheer you and all your little friends and they have no respect for a legend like me. And that's what I am, a legend. When I get my shot at the X Division Championship, I will defeat you, AJ. Now I'm going down to ringside to watch this title defense. Now here's a 48D+, not bad from Jerry Lynn. I thought he might get better in promo, but doesn't matter. But the match, the X Division title match, gets a 62C. And the battle had good wrestling and didn't have much heat. AJ Styles defeated Brian Kendrick in 8:20 by pinfall Styles Clash. He makes defense number 1 of his X Division title. At the announced test, Jerry Lynn was pretty weak. Brian Kendrick 58, AJ Styles 65. No work improvements, but a 62C for the Brian Kendrick versus AJ. Then we see a video package hyping up Weagle versus Chris Jericho. And that match is your main event of the night. Gets a 69C. In an exceptional match, William Regal defeated Chris Jericho in 14:42 by pinfall using the right to leverage. William Regal makes defense number 1 of his TNA World title. Chris Jericho 92, William Regal 87. I don't know what this psychology is. I'm going to have a look into that after tonight. Then, of course, Scott Hall comes out. He's not meant to be beating Chris Jericho up. He's meant to, Scott Hall runs out, beating down William Regal. But an 80B, I'm not complaining about that. In an exceptional post-match show match, the Dudley Boyz drew with the Hardy Boys in following double count-out. Jeff Hardy carried the match in terms of ring performance. Brother Devon and Brother Ray showed excellent chemistry, so did they. Lack of psychology again. Brother Ray 80, Devon 76, Matt Hardy 77, Hardy 95. Jeff Hardy improving in performance, and I don't know how he can when he's drawing 90s in the ring. In a post-show bout, we've had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Monty Brown, Fit Finlay and Raven defeated Scott Hall, Curt Hennig and Dustin Rhodes in 7-12, when Monty Brown defeated Curt Hennig by pinfall the Pounce. Fit Finlay debuts Fighting Irishman, Garrett's got a straight reversal. Dustin Rhodes, seemed off his game. Raven 88, Fit Finlay 50, Monty Brown 48, Dustin 64, Hennig 82 and Hall 87. Hall improving in Rumble, Hennig in performance and Finlay in Rumble, a 53C-. In a post-show bout, they had great wrestling and good heat. Rob Van Dam defeated Jerry Lynn in 7:47 by pinfall with a frog splash following interference from AJ Styles. Jerry Lynn and Rob Van Dam have pretty good chemistry lifted the match. Jerry Lynn 71, Rob Van Dam 66. No work for us. We end the show tonight with a 69C+. There you go, my friends. The show increased our popularity in one region, but a 69C+. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you very soon for another Impact, and hopefully we'll have some psychology problems sorted out. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, welcome back. This is TNA Impact, and today I haven't done any pre-show or post-show because I didn't feel we needed it. This is at 82, so that should be going up tonight. But tonight we get a 42D and on our opening angle, which is AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn, but as we say, we need to get these guys built up. So AJ Styles comes out and he goes, you see, we are live on Spike TV tonight, and this is the night the rest of America gets to see this awesome show. Because the last few weeks we've only been shown to our southeast region, we haven't been shown anywhere else. You see, this X Division is the hottest thing in wrestling. High-flying young stars are making a name for themselves. You see, my tag team in WCW is fun, but this is more fun. I'm out here tonight to send a message to that punk-ass Jerry Lynn, who thinks he's a legend. You're not a legend. Sting, Undertaker, Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat, they are legends. You are nothing. You see, I'm going to kick your ass, and in 2 weeks of Summerversary on pay-per-view, you might shut up. AJ, you think you're so good with your high-risk moves. This company is giving stars a chance, and tonight we both have matches. I'm going to send the Japanese star Jason Liger back. So we ain't got to see him no more. And you got to defend that bout against the Mexican Drago. You see, AJ, I know you're strong, but as long as I am in TNA, I'll make sure you lose that championship. So just get Jason Liger out here so I can kick his ass. He doesn't really want to talk, but a 42D to open up the night. And in our opening match of the night, we get a 67C+. In a bout, they had great wrestling and good heat. Jason Thunder Liger defeated Jerry Lynn in 8:01 by pinfall the Liger Bomb after AJ Styles got involved. Jason Liger debuted his comic book hero against Scott Hennig. Great. Jason Liger 71, Jerry Lynn 70. No work improvements, but 67C+ for our opening match on Spike. I ain't complaining. I think the next match won't... Oh, a 63C. I know that Bulk and Big Dave are not going to get good in-ring ratings, but... you know, it's a nice little match for everyone. In a decent match, the Hardy Boys defeated the UK Pitbulls in 8:05, and Jeff Hardy defeated Bulk by pinfall the Swanton Bomb. The Hardy Boys make defence number 2 of their TNA Tag Team titles. They're on loan tonight from the World WAW, and they will be making more frequent appearances because even if their in-ring work isn't very good, they're a nice tag team. But a 63C. Bulk was visibly tiring towards the end. Jeff and Matt Hardy showed excellent chemistry. The match because there's not enough selling on the show. Hardy looked excellent out there. Big Dave 19, Bulk 14, Matt Hardy 76, Jeff Hardy 95. No work improvements. A 63C. Expect the UK Pitbulls to be back. And then we see Jeremy Borash in the back with Brother Ray and Devon against the 61C. You see in 2 weeks we're getting a shot at that championship. So let's book that in then. At Slammiversary, they've confirmed that this Slammiversary. The Dudley Boys taking on the Hardy Boys live on pay-per-view for the TNA Tag Team Championship. There it is, booked in stone. You see, the Hardy Boys will be destroyed, and we will get the gold. You see, I don't care where we're on TV. We're going to take out Jado and Gado tonight, who are on loan from New Japan. You see, me and my brother are here to make a name, and you can testify in that. So yeah, we're debuting his catchphrase, a 61C. Not a bad angle from these guys. And it gets a 55C-. Not a bad match, actually. And above, I had decent wrestling with AJ Styles defeated Drago in 8:53 by pinfall of Stars. Clashing makes defense number 2 of his X Division title. Drago Davies arrogant heel gimmicks going to show great. Drago 38, AJ Styles 61. AJ Styles and Drago improving in performance of 55 C-. After the match, AJ Styles is celebrating his title when Jerry Lynn runs in and beats up AJ. And then we see Regal in the back of 72 B-. Last week I took down Jericho, and in 2 weeks Scott Hall, you're next. Tonight I'll be defending this bout so the new viewers can see why I am the champion. Scott Hall, you better come out and take some notes. No work and Bruce, but the TNA heavyweight storyline advances the segment. And William Regal making a point to mention Scott Hall. And tonight we get a 59C in a decent match. The Suicide Blondes defeat Americans Most Wanted and the Culture Club in 8:54. The Elimination Order. Elimination was Culture Club first and Americans Most Wanted. The Suicide Blondes, UNWA World Tag Team titles. These guys were the champions. Ketsamina Usada was really off his game. Edge and Christian looked excellent. Showed excellent chemistry. Edge looked excellent out there. Chris Harris 33. James Storm 31. Christian Cage 69. Edge for 82. Ketsumi Ishida 30 and Hikoto Hikada 41. Edge improving in Rumble and Ketsumi Ishida in Rumble 59C. No wing work from the Americans Most Wanted, but it doesn't matter. In a battle, had great heat and good wrestling. Fit Finlay defeated Curt Hennig in 7:45 by pinfall. The Tombstone Piledriver 57 C-. Fit Finlay 50, Curt Hennig 73. Curt Hennig improving in performance. The video shows to promote Chris Jericho, who's not on tonight's card, but saying that he'll be making an appearance next week. And then we go into the in a battle, had good wrestling and decent action from the crowd. Dudley Boyz defeat Gado and Jado in 8:09 when Brother Devon defeat Gado by pinfall the Dudley Death Drop. Brother Devon and Brother Ray showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Jado 40, Gado 45, Brother Ray 81, Devon 73. Gado improving a Rumble and Brother Ray in Technical. A 66C+. A video plays hyping up tonight's main event, which I don't think is going to get a good rating, because I'm throwing John Cena. A 68C+, I'm not complaining. Especially with, John Cena being in this match. In a good match, William Regal defeated John Cena in 15:04 by pinfall. Regal makes defense number 2 of his TNA World Heavyweight title. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry when calling matches. The great performance from Regal stood out. John Cena 34, Regal 85, no work improvements. And then Scott Hall comes out, William Regal celebrating, beating him down to the mat, and that's how we close off the night. So we get a 68C+. It increases our popularity in 18 regions, which is America and Canada. I want to thank you guys for watching. Next week will be a better show, but hopefully this week's show was just a practice to see what we can do with these guys. So yeah, Gado and Jado are coming back. The Pitbulls will be coming back. Jason Ligo is on contract with us, so he isn't going anywhere. And nor is Drago. He's on contract. But yeah, these guys Culture Club were in for one night deal to take the belts off them. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next week with the Go Home Impact. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm about to put Ring of Fire up. And welcome back to the first ever episode of the TNA. I hope you're enjoying this. I think this is going to be fun now. This is just going to be a random series we're doing. We're doing 3 series, but they're not going to come out as regularly as before. I'm going to put that in right in now. It's not going to be as regular as it used to be. It's going to be different. It's going to try and be something new, something exciting, something a little bit more fun. And maybe I'll start doing scheduling days, so you know what day each video is going to come out and what video, But I don't know yet. But in our first pre-show match of the night against a 45D, once again in front of a sold-out crowd at the MGM Studios, as Monty Brown defeats PJ Black in 8:03 by pinfall the Pounce. Black seemed off his game, the house quality and the colour conjugate boost. Black 35, Monty Brown 49, no work improvements, but a 45D. Not bad. The next match I do believe is a tag team match in a pre-show battle of Subpar Wrestling a little heat. The UK Pitbulls defeated Gado and Jado in 7:42 when Big Dave defeated Gado by pinfall with a Pitbull. Bulk defeated David Monster gimmick. It's gone showing of awful. Bulk seemed off his game. Bulk was visibly tiring. Big Dave Monster gimmick awful. Grado Biker going Scottish below average. Jado Badass below average. Now's quality in the colour contra going to boost. Big Dave 23, Bulk 19, Jado 43, and Gado 44. 37 D minus. Not a bad match, and we'll move on. No work improvement sadly, but hopefully we can get Bulk and Big Dave to start improving. In appreciable I've had decent wrestling with an advert sheet. Brian Kendrick, Kiss Hero, and Kevin Steen defeated John Cena, Sharkboy, and Liger. The Juice and Liger in 7:27 when Brian Kendrick defeated John Cena by pinfall with a sliced bread #2. In terms of ring work, Jason Liger was head and shoulders above everyone else. 55 C minus. Cena's getting better his gimmick. Jason Liger looked good out there. Steen 35. Chris Hero 41. Brian Kendrick 55. Liger 72. Sharkboy 43. And John Cena 37. Liger improving in performance. We move on to our next match. What's going on? Why aren't we moving? There we go, we're moving. In about a decent wrestling down much cheat. Sonny Siaki defeated Kid Cash in 8:27 by pinfall. Joe Lord might know as always. He now's quiet in the colour commentary as always. Sonny Siaki 41, Kid Cash 59, no work permits of 48D. We'll move on. See, I do feel that these guys are underrated compared to what they were pulling in the original series. I'm getting some very weird. Nice. Right, we're not looking at that. I just got a text message off someone and it wasn't a nice message at all. Something about a dog being beaten up, but I ain't going to go into details. But in a pre-show bout, we had decent match with that much heat. Drago and CM Punk defeat Dustin and Sterling James Keenan when in an 8-11. CM Punk defeated Sterling James Keenan by pinfall. Dusty Rhodes carried the match in terms of ring performance. Sterling James Keenan's getting better at his gimmick. CM Punk 46, Drago 43, Sterling James Keenan 29, Dustin 65. Dustin Rhodes improving in performance, but not Drago, Punk, or Sterling James Keenan. I really need to get Punk improving. And in the final pre-show match, Jerry Lynn defeated Amazing Red in 8:18 by pinfall with a Tornado DDT, a 57 C minus. Jerry Lynn 67, Amazing Red 40. Jerry Lynn improving in performance, Amazing Red in technical and in performance. And we get an 82B to open up the night as Scott Hall comes out. William Regal comes out first actually, and he goes, "You see, I'm still champion. Last week, right here on Impact, I gave a young John Cena a chance to be champion, but I won. When Scott came out and attacked me, he did the same after my Jericho match 2 weeks ago. Now in 6 days, I had to take down his pig, Scott Hall, and show you fans, you're all nothing but losers for cheering him. You say his catchphrase as if it's a golden thing, but it's not. He's not someone to look up to. He should be in rehab for the drugs and shit." And then Scott Hall comes out and he goes, "Hey yo," just to wind William Regal up because he's been moaning about the catchphrase the fans say. So he's going, "Guess what? I'm going to go make him do it. Hey yo. Better shut up, Chico. You see, I'm not doing that shit no more. Why? Because if you want no more, you know why? Because if I did, I would be shown the door. You see, on the first show, Sacrifice, I saw these fans and it made me happy to hear the cheers for them. You see, I haven't touched the drug since that night, and in 6 days' time, I'll take that belt from around your waist. Tonight, me and Chris Jericho will get to kick your ass in what will be an amazing tag team main event. So be ready, Chico." An 82B, Scott Hall's getting better at his gimmick. The TNA World Heavyweight Challenge Storyline Advanced segment and gained heat. An 82B, a nice opener tonight. But we open up with in a decent wrestling match. In a bout that had decent wrestling with much heat, Abyss defeated Bryan Danielson in 6:37 by pinfall after James Mitchell interfered. James Mitchell did good work at ringside. Abyss 48, Bryan Danielson 53. Abyss is improving in performance. Good. A 51D plus. Not bad at all. And now the game's going to freeze because we got the huge. And then we got a quick, nice little 10-man tag match featuring the Zebra Kid, In a Belvad subpar wrestling and Little Heat, the Zebra Kid, Matt Sydal, Roderick Strong, Nigel McGuinness and Jimmy Jacobs defeated Paul London, Sanjay Dutt, Austin Aries, Randy Orton and Bobby Roode in 5 minutes 26 when Nigel McGuinness defeated Austin Aries by pinfall with the Governor's Crumpet. At 41D, Roger Strong's getting better his gimmick, so is Nigel McGuinness, so is Randy Orton. As always, announced quality in the colour commentary gave the match a boost. Jacobs 22, McGuinness 39, Strong 33, Sydal 45, Zebra Kid 23, Bobby Roode 36, Randy Orton 42, Austin Aries 29, Sanjay Dutt 39, and Paul London 49. And only one person out of all these, out of a possible 9 other people could have improved, but only one, and that's good old Randy Orton, and he improved in performance. AJ Styles and Jolene have a brawl backstage to advance their storyline, but it gets a 48D+. I think their match is going to be better than Angles are doing, to be quite honest. In a good match, the Dudley Boyz and the Suicide Blondes defeated Americans Most Wanted and the Hardy Boys in 5 minutes 48 when Christian Cage defeated Chris Harris by pinfall the inverted DDT. Jeff Hardy improving in technical, Brother Ray in performance. Matt Hardy 66, Jeff Hardy 80, Chris Harris 36, James Storm 38, Christian Cage 62, Edge 79, Brother Ray 65 and Brother Devon 66. A 67C+. After the match, all 4 tag teams go into a massive brawl until security come down to ringside and separate him. I don't know why Dustin Rhodes is on here. It should have been Edge, and it was set up to be Edge, so I don't know why Dustin's there. 55C-. Brother Devon's getting better his gimmick. No worker improvements. But Mike, I've just got word this Sunday, America's Most Wanted will be taking on the Suicidal Bronze this Sunday for the NWA Tag Team belts. And then Jerry goes, next up we got a hardcore match against the Dreamer and an Animal. Can someone tell these fans I'm not a Burger King? You know, just having a bit of fun. So yeah, the match, of course, I'll book up the final tag team matches for this Sunday. You have seen them tonight. It was going to happen. It was planned before I brought in Big Dave and that. So it will be the Suicidal Blondes defending their NWA Tag Team Championships against America's Most Wanted. And I've actually learnt the name came from James Storm's problems with Law at the time, and that's why they called themselves that when they were tagged together. It wasn't actually TNA that came up with the name, it was them. So, there you go. So that's that. So a 55C- for that angle, not bad at all. And we move on tonight. Hopefully it'll be the reveal, because we'll find out what, you know, Joe Lawler was... Oh, no. In a decent match, Sabu, Ron Killings and Curt Hennig defeated Fit Finlay, Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe in 5:51 when Sabu defeated Samoa Joe by pinfall the triple jump moonsault. In terms of ring work, Curt Hennig was head and shoulders above everyone else. Now, this coming Sunday night as well, Sabu will be taking Brock Lesnar one-on-one again for that championship. So we'll do that now. So yeah, Sabu will be taking on Brock Lesnar for that NWA Gold. This coming Sunday night, Fit Finlay will be taking on Curt Hennig. I did set this match up to be able to do this. So yeah, Fit Finlay will be taking on Curt Hennig, and then of course Samoa Joe will be taking on Ron Killings. For our first live pay-per-view, I hope this does well, because I think we've got some great wrestling matches scheduled for this, and I think the fans are going to enjoy it. It didn't book for some reason. I think Slammiversary, our first big pay-per-view, is going to be quite good. I will be doing it as we normally do, so it'll be free and then the big one. So because this is happening now, that means that we'll be moving Bound for Glory into September. Just so you know. But yeah, so Fit Finney's getting better with his gimmick. Joe Lawler might know. Curt Hennig looked good out there. Curt Hennig 80, Ron Killings 50, Sabu 60, Samoa Joe 50, Brock Lesnar 53, Fit Finlay 51, Sabu improving in performance and Hennig in performance. I couldn't think Curt Hennig could improve any much more with his age, but Mr. Perfect. And James Mitchell is in the back and he goes, well done. We need this to keep going. So this Sunday you're going to be in a hardcore match with Rhino, Tommy Dreamer and Rob Van Dam. Abyss. You can beat these guys. If you don't, just make sure you're not pinned, okay? And Abyss just nods in agreement, shakes his head in agreement, you know. Yeah, sure. You don't hear him talk, but that means we got a huge 4-way hardcore match at Slammiversary. We're bringing the boys of TNA, Tommy Dreamer and Rhino are with us, and they will be making appearances of this coming Sunday night alongside Rob Van Dam with Abyss. I just want to get Abyss a bit of a rub from these 4 guys, so hopefully that will look good on Abyss's resume. And in about good wrestling and decent action in the crowd, Rhino defeated Tommy Dreamer in 7:15 by pinfall with a gore. Tommy Dreamer debuts loose cannon, Gillis got short average. Rhino man beast, great. Tommy Dreamer 58, Rhino 64, no work improvements. A 64C from these guys. Quite surprising Rhino's telling me he can perform better if he's not in a hardcore match. In about good wrestling and good heat, Rob Van Dam defeated Sean Waltman in 7:17 by pinfall frog splash. Sean Waltman 67, RVD 63, no work improvements. AJ Styles versus Chris Daniels, tail of the tape. And that gets 65C. And above had good wrestling but didn't have much heat. AJ Styles defeated Chris Daniels in 7:38 by pinfall. The Stars clash. He makes defense number 3 of his TNA X Division Championship. Daniels 53, Styles 67, no work improvements but a 65C. Then of course, as always, Jerry Lynn comes down and beats down AJ Styles, screaming, "I'll see you this Sunday, punk." And in our main event, in an exceptional match, Scott Hall and Chris Jericho defeated Raven and William Regal in 15:02 when Chris Jericho defeated Raven by pinfall. It's 77B. The match deserved better announcing. William Regal 86, Raven 92, Chris Jericho 92, and Scott Hall an 88. No work improvements. We end the show after that match. It just goes to dark with the logo Slammiversary this Sunday on pay-per-view. And it gets a 73B minus. Increases our popularity in 18 regions. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you Sunday night for Slammiversary. Hey guys, welcome to Slammiversary number 1. So yeah, number 2 will be 2-year anniversary and so on and so forth. I might change it so the next year is number 1 when this was just random pay-per-view. But in a pre-show bout, I've had subpar wrestling and little heat. Kevin Steen defeated Nigel McGuinness in 14:50. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry in calling matches. So does James Mitchell and Jerry Lawler. James Mitchell was a bit weak at the announce desk, but the announce quality and the colour conjugate match produced. Nigel McGuinness 40, Kevin Steen 38. Kevin Steen improving total. Just a way to say he's been on camera when he hasn't. It was on the pre-show. So this is just some bonus matches just for the 3,000 people who paid their hard-earned cash to come and see TNA Wrestling live tonight for our first live pay-per-view. I am at the moment watching The Evil Within being played by Yozcast Hannah and Yozcast Kafcast, which is pretty good. These two are pretty good together. Some of the few Yozcast members I think that are left as good, because we've now lost... Martin's pretty good, but we lost Kim, sadly. So Kim's gone, didn't we? So I think we've got only these two that are left that are decent. But let's continue with this total non-stop. Anyone who's dissing Bound for Glory, yes, it wasn't as good as what I've come to expect from Bound for Glory over the years. But for their first show in Canada, and also for the fact that I don't think they didn't try hard enough. The only match I think actually put on a decent show at Bound for Glory this year was the opening match, the X Division match. The rest of it I just think was too lackluster, and the fact that Gail Kim won the bout made no sense to me. The fact that she was retiring, it was a final match and they've given her the bout. Why don't you let her lose it, because it's not going to affect her career now because she's retiring, and let her put someone over who could be the future of the women's division. That's my opinion on it. Altogether, I would have given it a C+, to be quite honest. But Anyway, let's get on with this. But that is my opinion on Slam. I'm not going to go into too much detail with Slammiversary, but that is my opinion. But in the pre-show bout, we've had Subpar Wrestling a little heat. PJ Black defeated Bobby Roode in 14:52 by pinfall and missile dropkick. At 42 T Plus, the announced quality in the colour conjugate match and boost. Bobby Roode 43, PJ Black 36. No work improvements. Then we get one of JJR's world famous opening videos, the 68C Plus. Tonight we begin. Tonight TNA begins properly at Slammiversary. NWA Championships and TNA Gold are up for grabs. Since this company started, Jerry Lynn's had a problem with the X Division and its champion AJ Styles. Tonight AJ Styles puts his X Division championship on the line against Jerry Lynn. Will he finally get rid of this hero? The tag teams have been tearing up, but the main two, in particular, since their release from WWF, they've been feuding. The Dudleys want the tag team championships, but the Hardys want to keep them. But who will come out on top tonight? We'll find out live tonight. Then our world champion, William Regal, UK's hero, takes on USA and fan favourite Scott Hall. A feud that began at Sacrifice and now the new face of pro wrestling presents to you TNA Slammiversary Live. We then cut to the arena and we see a huge firework display as we see fans with signs for their favourite stars here tonight. 68C Plus. All storylines, the only storyline that had advanced, two storylines advanced and gained heat, which is the tag team in the X Division, but the World Heavyweight is advanced and lost heat. Let's move on tonight to our first match, which is where Mike Tenay and Jerry Lawler will go, "Welcome to Slammiversary," la-di-da-di-da, as they do. In a bout that Subpar Wrestling a little heat, Gado and Jado defeated the UK Bitbulls in 5:26 when Jado defeated Bulk by pinfall the Power Driver. The announced quality in the colour conjugate match boost: Jado 43, Gado 46, Big Dave 25, Bulk 24. No work improvements, but a 39D. Not a bad match. I think short matches, they get better rating out of them. In a poor match, Joseph Liger defeated Aaron Idol by pinfall with the Liger Bomb. Liger is now your NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion of 46D. Joseph Liger and Aaron Idol don't click at all, and it showed no performance where he's not coming back. The announced quality in the colour conjugate of the match of boost: Liger 57, Idol 23. No work improvements. He was brought here because he was the champion holder. We now took the championship off him. In a bout of decent wrestling below heat, Austin Aries defeated Matt Sydal in 8:17 by a pinfall of 450 splash, a 46D. The announced quality in the colour conjugate of the match of boost: Sydal 49, Austin Aries 36. No worker improvements. A nice little X Division match. And then we go into another X Division match in a bout of decent wrestling, but little heat. Amazing Red defeated Paul London in 8:19 by a pinfall and missile dropkick, a 43D. Paul London was way off his game, but he's getting better at his gimmick. The announced quality in the colour conjugate of the match of boost: Paul London 44, Amazing Red with 38. No worker improvements. In a terrible match, Randy Orton defeated Bobby Rice in 8:22 by pinfall using the ropes for leverage. Randy Orton is your NWA North American Heavyweight Champion. The reason I'm giving it to these guys is you can see that these guys are 10 times better than these guys. Randy Orton and Robbie Royce don't click and made for an awkward bout, and that's quality in the colour conjugate match boost. Randy Orton 41, Robbie Royce a 20. No way compared. These people who are current champions are really rubbish in the ring. So let's get the belts off them and put them on some guys who can actually wrestle. 63C, nice. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent match in the crowd, Abyss defeated Rhino, Rob Van Dam and Tommy Dreamer in 8:16 when Abyss defeated Tommy Dreamer with the Black Hole Slam by pinfall when James Mitchell interfered. Abyss was the weak link. Yeah, James Mitchell did good work at ringside. Dreamer 59, Rhino 62, Rob Van Dam 66, Abyss 48. No work improvements. I'm sure one of these guys are going to go, "I work better if you don't put me in a hardcore match," which is surprising because it was Rhino. In a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Hennig defeated Fit Finley in 8:18 by pinfall the Hennig Plex. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tenay. Once again, Fit Finley 50, Hennig 75. Hennig continuing to improving performance, a 67C plus. A nice match there. We move on to, in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent match in the crowd, Sean Waltman defeated Brian Danielson in 7:57 by pinfall. The Tombstone is 65C. Danielson 54, Waltman 70, no work improvements. Just a nice little X Division style match with Danielson. And then we have our first tag team title match of the night. In a battle, they had good wrestling and decent match in the crowd. The Suicide Blondes defeated America's Most Wanted in 7:56 when Edge defeated Chris Harris by pinfall leaping DDT. The Suicide Blondes make defense number 1 of their NWA World Tag Team titles. In terms of ring work, Edge was head and shoulders above everyone else. Edge sustained a broken foot, which is not good. Edge and Christian showed extra chemistry teaming together. The performance of Edge really stood out. Chris Harris 34, James Storm 36, Christian Cage 70, Edge 97. Chris Harris and James Storm improving, whereas Harris is improving in technical, but Storm in performance. I'm not bothered, but I know for a fact he's going to be out for at least a while. I think it's just over 3 months he's going to be out for. So we're going to have to find a tag team, which I've already got set up, but we'll have to bring in another face wrestler to take Christian on as Christian goes on a singles run, but we have a tag team on standby ready for that, so that's fine. But in a battle that had subpar wrestling and a little heat, Chris Hero defeated Roderick Strong in 8:03 by pinfall. The Hero's welcome. It was just a 35E+, just a way to calm the crowd down. These two don't click. Roderick Strong 34, Chris Hero 33, no work improvements. Just a quick way to calm the crowd down, the 3,000 people down. In a battle that had subpar wrestling and a little heat, Sterling James Kieran defeated Sonny Siaki in 8:17 by pinfall. The pile driver. The announced quality in the colour conjugate match of boost. Sonny Siaki 47, Sterling James Kieran 29, no work improvements. But it's a nice little match. Next up is our X Division match. In a battle very good wrestling and a decent match from the crowd. AJ Styles defeated Jerry Lynn in 15:20 by pinfall. The Stars Clash. He makes defense number 4 of his TNA X Division title. Jerry Lynn 63. AJ 56, the X Division storyline advancement lost heat. 55C-. I thought this would get more than that, but can't complain. It's one of the better matches, some of the better matches we've had tonight. 50D+ in about that decent wrestling, but little heat. John Cena, Kid Cash and the Zebra Kiss defeated Drago, Chris Danes, Brian Kendrick in 6:32 and Kid Cash defeated Drago by pinfall the dead level. Drago's getting better at his gimmick. Brian Kendrick's getting better at his gimmick. Lul and Mike Tenay have great chemistry calling the match together. Now's quality lifted the match. Brian Kendrick 57, Daniels 53, Drago 44, Zebra Kid 29, Kid Cash 56, and Cena 35. Daniels improving in performance, Cena in Rumble, and Brian Kendrick in performance. In a battle that had decent wrestling but little heat, Shark Boy defeated CM Punk in 8:29 by pinfall the Shark Kirana. The announced quality in the colour commentary match of boost. CM Punk 44, Shark Boy 44, a 40D-. In above had subpar wrestling a little heat, Sanjay Dutt defeated Jimmy Jacobs in 8:06 by pinfall the Hindu Press. Jimmy Jacobs getting better. He's getting announced quality in the colour commentary match of boost. Sanjay Dutt 44, Jacobs 30, a 40D-, no work improvements. In a decent match, Mojo defeated Ron Killings in 7:35 by submission with the Dragon Sleeper. These two don't click. The announced quality in the colour conjugate match of boost. Ron Killings 43, Joe 45, no work improvements of 40D-. In a decent match, Brock Lesnar defeated Sabu in 7:57 by pinfall with the overhead belly-to-belly. Brock Lesnar makes defense number 1 of the NWA National Heavyweight title. Sabu seemed off his game. Brock Lesnar 57, Sabu 58. No work improvements, but a 58C-. In a good match, Dustin Rhodes defeated Monty Brown in 15:08 by pinfall the Flying Lariat. Dustin Rhodes makes defense number 4 of his NWA World title. He's been making most of his defences over in Japan. These two have good chemistry, great chemistry showed in their performance. Monty Brown 53, Dustin 70, and no work improvements of 64C. Nice match. In an exceptional match, a 71C+, the Hardy Boys defeated the Dudley Boys in 14:53 when Jeff Hardy defeated Brother Ray by pinfall the Omega Effect. The Hardy Boys make defense number 3 of their TNA World Tag Team titles. Jeff Hardy carried the match in terms of ring performance. Matt Hardy's getting better at his gimmick. Brother Devon and Brother Ray showed excellent chemistry teaming. So did the Hardys. The match had very little very little drama of flow to it, as nobody in the ring had psychology to take the control properly. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Brother Ray 78, Brother Devon 78, Matt Hardy 75, Jeff Hardy 95. Matt Hardy improving in performance, Devon in technical and performance. Good match, a 70C plus, an 80B for the next match video, as the video plays hyping up Jericho against a 70C plus in an exceptional match. Chris Jericho defeated Raven in 2020 by pinfall. The match deserved better announcing. Jericho 92, Raven 84. No work improvements, a 70C plus. 75B minus for Scott Hall versus Regal. The hype angle, but it's 77B, which is better than what Raven and Chris Jericho got. In an exceptional match, William Regal defeated Scott Hall in 25-19 by pinfall. William Regal makes defense number 3 of his TNA World Heavyweight title. The match deserved better colour commentary. Okay. Scott Hall 83, William Regal 87. Regal improving in performance. And then after the match, William Regal was celebrating his victory with his title when Chris Jericho's music hits and fireworks hit, and he runs down to the ring, taking out William Regal and beating him down, going, "I will be champion." And we end tonight's show with a humongous 71C plus. We used PJ Black far too much on this show. He is on the pre-show, so it's not a problem. We increased our popularity in 18 regions. I'm not going to complain with that. But we're going to be giving it to definitely William Regal. We're going to give it to Scott Hall, and we're also going to give it to Chris Jericho, and when we can give it to him, and they're going to be praised for great performances. I am in a bidding war for another major 2 stars to come to the company, but guys, I'll see you again live on the Aftermath very soon. We'll see you at the main title screen when we have a quick rundown and see what's going on in the world of pro wrestling. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, welcome back to the main title screen where we will have a quick look and see what's going on. First thing I noticed is China's leaving WWE. So Vampiro, Sabu, China, Buff Bagwell, B's getting a contract extension, Tika. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, I'm not even going to go through this, it's all Japan. Last night's King of the Ring got an 84B as Steve Austin defeated Chris Benoit in the main event. Big Show defeated Booker T for the King of the Ring title. Spike Dudley, Kurt Angle is leaving. They're not re-signing his contract, and they're not re-signing Steve Austin's or Chris Jericho's, or I can't remember who the other guy is. He's not even on this show. The Undertaker's. The Undertaker, Steve Austin, and all that are leaving the WWF. Their contracts are not being renewed. I don't know why. The Rock. So yeah, don't expect them to turn up here at some point in the future. So yeah, they got a better thing for news. Edge has been sidelined. We'll sort that out later. Monsieur Tunuka, Osaskapo. Where are we on here then? So we're actually only just below actually King of the Ring. So we got 71C plus. We got 3,395 buys, which is shit really. But we probably made another loss last month. Yeah, we did. But Rob Van Dam, Ron Killings, Tommy Dreamer, and that have morale issues. So let's go to our creative meeting. Our financial players are Chris Jericho, Scott Hall, Raven, William Regal, and Edge. Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, Bobby Roode are our next big things. So hot prospects: Danielson, Joe, Cena, Kevin Steen, Lesnar. Talk the talk: Jericho, Hall, Raven, Lawler, and William Regal. Showstoppers: Jericho, Liger, Hardy, Hall, and RVD. Ring Generals are William Regal, Jericho, Liger, Finlay, and Scott Hall. So these are people who can pull off. So yeah, he's basically to carry even the deadest weight of wrestlers on into a good match. So, who's hot? So, you know, Brock Lesnar, Matt Hardy, Styles, Hardy, and Abyss. Who's not? Raven, Killings, Dreamer, Cash, and Seidel. Jerry Lynn is the only one who is experienced time decline now. We'll have a quick look and see what the company want, who the company think are hidden gems for this company. I'm not going to hire any of the hidden gems. I never do unless I'm a small company and I'm just looking for somebody good or someone I actually like. And the answer to that question is I don't see anyone there. I'm not going to go through the entire roster because we have quite a big roster and that would be time killing. But as you can see, people's popularity is getting better. Especially people like AJ's is getting a better. Jimmy Jacobs, all these wrestlers will get better as time goes on. Hopefully over the next year their in-ring will get better, their in-ring skills will get better, and they'll just get more popular. We're going to give everybody a bonus. Hopefully that will take everybody out who was furious with booking last night. We'll make everybody nice and happy, and hopefully everybody will stop moaning at me. Yay! So guys, I'll see you on Global Force Wrestling. I'm going to get the storyline set up. I'm going to start some contracts, and I'll see you again for another edition of TNA very soon. Thanks for watching, guys.